Immediately after delivery, he was taken away from me and checked out. So at 8 days old, he had his first heart surgery. Everything that they've done has been a step to get to where he is today. So at OHSU, I've never had a bad experience. Since we're here so much, it's just kind of our second home. He loves Dr. Armsby.
Dominic was born with an incredibly complicated form of heart disease, and if Dominic were born 30 years ago, he would not be here today. He would definitely not survive with this sort of heart disease. The bottom line is that his heart has only one pumping chamber. For Dominic, all of his blood comes into this one chamber. When the heart squeezes, all of that blood was going out to the body. And he needed surgery when he was very young. In fact, within a few days of life, he had his first surgery to give him a mechanism to get blood into his lungs. He's had a number of different procedures, and more than the typical child with congenital heart disease. Over the past few decades, we've developed technologies and techniques to actually improve the flow through the heart, through the lungs, by interventions within the cath lab. What Dr. Kent Thornburg and the Heart Research Center are doing is much more important than what we are doing. We are taking individual children and trying to make that heart work for them. What Dr. Thornburg and others are doing is trying to understand the mechanism that these heart defects occur.
So there are many areas of research that are moving forward on this. In the broad sense, the people who have heart defects because they carry a gene that's abnormal, we are now recognize what those genes are and how they act. And the time will come when we'll be able to reverse the actions of those genes and prevent the defects that occur because of gene abnormalities. There are a huge number of advances that have taken place. If you look at the big picture, the most important advances for children that have heart defects have been the improvements in surgery that have occurred. Children born with a single ventricle, for example, are now likely to survive and to have a relatively normal life because of the surgeries we can offer. And these surgical techniques were unknown even 15 years ago. The American Heart Association has been the primary funder of young people and is the primary way in which many young people who study hearts are able to get their research off the ground. If you had to pick one thing that they've done to bring the biggest change in the field of heart research, it's been by supporting young people who have great ideas, they want to test them, but they have no way to get started without some help. And the American Heart Association has helped more people get started in heart research than any other organization by far.
Dominic's prognosis is excellent primarily because of who Dominic is and this spirit of fighting and this toughness in his body and his physiology. Dominic's a special kid, and his mom is a really special woman. I don't really know how to define courage or grace or strength, but I know what it looks like.